Lovely people, it's your boy, it's your coffee ninja by day, actor, gamer, streamer by night, Ryu, aka Ryuzaki MK7, aka Donald Kaczynski, back once again with more Fate Grand Order, with more Lostbelt 3 Sin. For those of you that want to watch me go through these portions live, please check me out on twitch.tv/RyuzakiMK7, and make sure to follow on there. If you like what you see, leave a subscribe, all that good stuff, or you can subscribe here on YouTube to keep updated with more stuff. FBI boy. Koya Chihuahua. Oh, my chat room. My chat room. Wait, hold on. I gotta make sure the chat's still going up here. Hold up. Alright, chat's good. Chat's good. Chat's good. Alright. Anyway, for those of you watching later on Twitch or watching this video on YouTube, we are back with more Lostbelt 3. Last we left off, we just finished up just a story bit of Section 5, where Spartacus said that he would bend the knee if China was worthy. I got confused for a moment. I thought that meant that Spartacus was going to the other side. I was a little bit worried. But you know what? Things happen. Things do happen. Is Ishtar max? Ishtar is in the middle of getting her skills max ascended, please. Although I will say I was lucky enough to at least get another copy of her, so I have her at NP2 at the moment. So, not yet. She's better than what she was, though. I will say that. Alright. Anyway. Ladies and gentlemen, let us continue. Let us continue on with Lostbelt 3, Section 6. The Demonic General Descends. Let's see what we got. Who do I go in with? Now, assuming that servant they brought out was a lancer. Alright, hold on. Let's see. I will gladly take that waiver. We'll throw in Merlin. Dantes, I need you out. Oh yeah, I also got Shiki NP2 now too. So yay me. Trying to figure this out. No, that's fine. No, wait. Just on the off chance. Nubba! Nubba. Nubba, nubba. Just in case. Alright. Let's fire it up. Section 6. The Demonic General Descends.
Xiangyang just fired another rocket. It looks like it's aimed straight at us, just like the first one.
Think this one is more supplies for Hinako?
I doubt it. I'm guessing it's either a direct attack, or it's carrying soldiers that can handle a rough ride, like when Akuta and that prince first showed up.
Given that this civilization has produced humanoid mechanical soldiers, there is no telling what could be coming next. That said, there has been something strange about this Lostbelt from the very beginning.
Really? What is it?
When Kadok and Ophelia came to fight with us with their servants, they tended to bide their time, waiting for us to be weakened by our other enemies. But Akuta hardly waited a moment before coming after us. Why do you think that is? Because there was no one else who could fight? That would seem to be the foremost possibility. Especially since this world is so peaceful, its people are completely unfamiliar with the concept of war. It may well be that this Lostbelt ruler has no military force capable of engaging servants. Makes sense to me. Standing armies are nothing more than walking money pits. Keeping one around without an enemy to fight just wouldn't make sense. And if there's no army here, this Lostbelt will be all the easier to deal with. While we should refrain from getting our hopes up, I believe we are about to see Zhang Yang's first attack sans Acuta. This battle will tell us a great deal about this world's military strength. We may be in for some trouble.
Here comes the rocket, guys! Watch the impact! Ha! What's even the point of waiting for it to land? We know it's got enemies on it, right, Master? So why don't we just smash the thing out of the sky?
Alright, go ahead and use your Noble Phantasm. I love that we're just letting Mordred just do this shit.
This is the evil sword that destroyed my father! Claret Blood Arthur!
Sometimes I just wish they would just show the Noble Phantasms in moments like that.
Hell yeah! Nailed it! It's not over yet. We're still picking up its magical energy signal. Something's coming out of the wreckage. Gauging temperature, evaluating magical energy release, threat level minimal.
Oh! Oh! Threat level minimal. Targets located.
Is that a person? Or a horse? Whatever he is, he's definitely not human, but what's with these readings? His magical energy pattern is closer to an automaton than a servant, but his values are off the charts! This guy's got to be as powerful as a dragon-class demonic beast! What?
Are you quite sure of that, Da Vinci? You're certain he is an automaton and not a living creature?
Trust me, I couldn't believe my eyes either. If he really is a machine, then these readings don't make any sense at all.
You're starting to scare me. What's so strange about that anyway? Unlike living organisms, a machine's output rises and falls based on its operational parameters. No one would be so foolish as to fully open the throttle on one merely to leave their warehouse, right? All of this is to say, the enemy is still just warming up.
But if it's giving off this magical energy while it's still warming up...
Oh dear. That was a hell of a roar. I trust you measured that waveform, Da Vinci?
Oh yes, we've been up against a number of opponents with vast amounts of magical energy before. But none of them took on such small forms. Retreat! Retreat! Oh crap, it's too late. Hang in there as best you can until we can find a way to escape, guys. Whatever you do, don't go toe-to-toe.
So yeah, I'm worried. I'm incredibly worried. I know because of the rate up banner that this is Zhang Yu, but... Yo. This design is sick! I was half expecting like a raid fight, not like a boss fight. I came in with the wrong formation for this. Oh! Oh dear. Well, this ain't good. No! You know, maybe I should have brought Musashi, but it's okay. Ow! Uh-oh. Well, there goes Waver. All right. Well, guys, on a scale of 1 to 10, I may be in trouble. Save me, Nobu! No! Not the Nobu! He hurt my Nobu. Oh yeah, that's right. I was leveling up Kid Gill. I forgot about that. You should be fine. Will I be fine, though? I somehow very much doubt that. Yo, Shiki's hanging on by a thread. Ouch. There goes Shiki! And there goes Gilgamesh. Use invincibility if need be. That is the plan. Valverde of... Not now, vlog! And I know it, and I know... Mosh carry? Yeah, that's what it seems like. Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot. Could have made Mosh a punching bag. True. Oh. There goes Merlin. I might have to redo this fight. Yep. Yeah, I'm gonna redo that fight. I'd rather not waste the command spells or the Saint Quartz at the moment. Now that I know what I'm fighting. Let's try that again. Where? There's Hokusai. That's what I need. Alright, let's try that again. Once more with feeling! For those watching later, I understand that I am not the best player. I fully understand my futility. And I'm probably gonna lose Musashi in like the first bit. But we shall see. Oh, I lost Waver in the first shot. Damn! God hates me. Go forth, Udon Warrior! Against Musashi without hesitation. You got space on support? Yeah, I should. Not. No, my Musashi! Ladies and gentlemen, the Udon Warrior is down. I gotta remember if this one is the, There you go. Wow! That's not how I wanted that to go, but you know what? It's okay. Things happen. I was checking for the command. Nah, no worries. I think I put that only as a command that I can do, so. Well, there goes Gil. There goes Kid Gil. And there goes. It all comes down to Hoku. Come on, Hoku. You got it. Hey, I got it. All right. Yay, foreigners. I would have used Abby since she's single target, but unfortunately I don't have her to a level that I would consider using her at the moment.
Damn, he's tough.
Such devastating oppression. How can I not rush to meet it?
Watch yourself, Spartacus. He'll cut even you to ribbons if you just run in like that like a jackass.
I see. So this is the extent of their capabilities.
Miyazaki, we got another servant headed this way. It looks like it's Akuta Hinako's Prince of Lanling.
This is bad. If he joins forces with this automaton now.
Why did you go on the attack without us, Lord Zhang-Yu? Zhang-Yu? Did he say Zhang-Yu?
I needed to measure our opponent's abilities. That is all I can really do. I believe I have gained sufficient data in this encounter. We can begin our strategy meeting. Let us go to camp. I will formulate a plan to lead us to a flawless victory.
Yes, Lord Zhang-Yu. Allow me to lead the way.
And he's just trotting away.
They retreated. Well, yeah, more like they let us go. It looks like that thing just stopped by to check us out.
Just to check us out? You're joking! That thing was way more powerful than our servants! What in the hell was he?
Dunno, but he didn't even try to keep his true name secret.
Zhang Yu. So that was Zhang Yu? The hegemon king of Western Chu who vied with Liu Bang.
Brah! That is a lot of pronunciation I'm not used to doing.
Okay, let's take this. So that was Zhang Yu. The hegemon, king of Western Chu, who vied with Liu Bang, founder of the Han Dynasty, for control of China. Meanwhile,
are you all right, Lord Zhang-Yu?
I'm fine. It has been 2,048,000 hours since I last engaged in combat, but my chassis functioned without issue.
I was hoping you would never need to take up your swords again.
The Emperor has decreed I must. Combat may not be my original function, but this frame has since been optimized for it. As such, it is imperative I use it to destroy the Empire's enemies.
Yes. Now that you're here, our victory is all but assured.
So those were the Chaldeans. They hail from the same world as you do.
They're our sworn enemy. invaders who threaten the Empire's peace and prosperity. We can never coexist with them. Their goals and the Empire's are fundamentally opposed.
I see. They did seem surprised to hear that name, Zhang Yu. What you told me sounded impossible, but it would seem it is really true. There truly is a history where I am known as Zhang Yu.
That's right. A single wayward branch of history led to you being given the name Zhang Yu, and later generations knowing you as a human man.
Me? A human? How could something so bizarre come to be? No matter how many times you tell me, it never ceases to surprise me.
That's how much China's history rippled out to the rest of the world. If the Emperor had passed away after a normal lifespan. Enough. Merely imagining such a thing gives us chills.
It was the Imperial Majesty. Okay. Enough. Merely imagining such a thing gives us chills. Quite, Your Imperial Majesty. My humblest apologies. So tell us, how did you find your long-awaited return to the field of battle? My calculations show a clear path to victory. Let me handle the particulars, and defeating Chaldea will be no trouble. We see. Still, one can never be too careful. Thus we have given King Liang Yu a battalion and center to join you. You will rendezvous with her and finish the enemy for good, ensuring a glorious victory for the Empire.
Wait, Your Imperial Majesty! As they say, cleverness has never been associated with long delays. Now that we have Lord Zhang Yu with us, our victory is a foregone conclusion. I think we should move to eliminate Chaldea as soon as possible.
Surely you jest, Akuta. You had fled from them not once, but twice now. Your tactical insight, such as it is neither necessary nor welcome.
Yes, Your Imperial Majesty. Please forgive my outburst.
Good. You are not to make a move until King Liang Yu arrives. Until then, you will continue to monitor Chaldea and ensure they do not turn tail and run.
As you wish.
Well, alrighty then. Arcutus camp. Take that. All right, moving on. I can deal with this.
Okay, you said you learned something in your analysis, Holmes.
Thanks to the remains of the automata we recovered earlier, I believe I have learned something. With Crown Prince Neza's help, I examined their inner workings, and...
Yes, they look like me.
What?
Their quality, however, is most unfortunate. Their mechanisms only imitate my own. There is much degradation. It pales in comparison to great Taiyi Zhenren's famous work. The sage Taiyi Zhenren and his lotus spirit. So then, you think these soldiers use sage arts as a base instead of science? Even so, I suppose, it is impressive that they work as well as they do, with makeshift parts instead of jewels of the old sage world.
The key problem we face is that centaur-like creature the enemy called Zhang Yu. What did you make of the combat footage I showed you, Neza?
Oh yes, this one is much more like I am than the clay dolls. I have not seen his interior, but I can say that much for certain. Many of his movements resemble my own style. Even though his form is so radically different from yours? I think those extra arms were bolted on later. His techniques still reflect a human body. If he had been made in that form to start, he would move much more naturally.
I see. A true martial artist's perspective proves most illuminating here.
To Crib, from Holmes, this is just a preliminary theory.
Neza's becoming a little Watson. Aww. Sorry.
But I think he was originally a humanoid, patterned after my design. And that he became known as Zhang Yu after many further modifications. In addition, we know that the other mechanical soldiers are much weaker, thanks to their mechanisms made less complex.
Prince Neza's body was made with sage arts from the Shang dynasty, long before the Age of Qin. However, if, in this world, Qin Shi Huang managed to recover and gain an understanding of these arts, scientific progress could subsequently have evolved them into something wholly different from what they were in proper human history.
That could also explain how the Emperor managed to become immortal here. And why this Lostbelt has such unusual technology.
This is no time to be admiring their handiwork. We should be asking ourselves what they're doing.
For some reason, they haven't made a move. They've just been monitoring us from their camp about 2 kilometers away. My guess is they're waiting for something.
This silence is rather unnerving. For the moment, I've asked Mr. Ryuzaki to take the servants and remain on standby.
How dare they treat Taiyi Zhenren's work with less respect than it is due. When next we meet, I will show them the power of my fire-tit spear.
Yo, Neza is hot with rage.
What the hell was that monster?
I couldn't believe how strong he was.
Yeah, and he wasn't just some muscle-headed dumbass either. See, strength's actually a double-edged sword. If you're faster and more skilled than a stronger opponent, then you can still kick his ass all up and down the yard. But that guy was... how do I put this?
His eyes were as cold as ice, a far cry His eyes were as cold as ice, a far cry from the mania of the battlefield. They were the eyes of an oppressor if I've ever seen them. He must be defeated, no matter the cost.
Yeah, he was freakish cool-headed. Like, he was just calmly assessing our every move. It felt like he was predicting exactly what we would do, and what he needed to do to avoid every attack. Very creepy. It was well beyond martial arts. It was also strange that Prince of Lanling called him Zhang Yu. If Qin Shi Huang really is still alive, I suppose it's not too strange that Zhang Yu might be too, since they lived at the same time. Yeah, they might have both been alive back then, but that thing we fought today wasn't even human. For that matter, why would Zhang Yu be a general working under the Qin Emperor? I mean, I only learned about this myself once I became a servant. But Zhang Yu was a central figure in the rebellion that destroyed the Qin dynasty after Qin Shi Huang died, right? I heard he competed with Liu Bang, the guy who went on to create the Han dynasty for control of China. Okay, let's say he was a... No, go back. Okay, let's say he was always born to fight. Would someone like that just bend the knee and serve Qin and all meek and obedient? I'm afraid I've got even more bad news. There's a new army headed this way, and not by rocket this time. If these readings are right, it looks like they're on a wheeled transport.
More reinforcements from Zhanyang, huh?
Yep, and the fact that they're traveling by land means they aren't just mechanical soldiers. This is a real flesh and blood army led by an actual human general. Does this mean Akira has been waiting to rendezvous with them? Probably. I'd guess they plan to end this by I'd guess they plan to end this by combining those armies to absolutely crush us.
If they overwhelm us with sheer numbers, we will have no way of fighting back. This is certainly a rather dire predicament.
We can't even run away. There's nowhere we could hide in this wide open field.
Then we should make the first move ourselves.
Are you mad, you fool? You're not here to formulate strategy, especially not without asking me. Besides, you just saw for yourself how frighteningly strong that Zhang Yu monster is. Attacking first would be far too reckless. We can always retreat from this Lostbelt if necessary. Oh, wait. I'll never be cured if we do that. We have to find a way to hold our ground. But then again, that Zhang Yu robot scares the hell out of me. What is he anyway? Some kind of living storm?
I see our self-proclaimed commander is pretty rattled too. Yes, it might be reckless to go on the offensive now, but if we just wait around for the reinforcements to get here, we won't have a prayer. We should challenge that storm again. If nothing else, it's a chance to chip away at the enemy's forces. You're always so calm and collected, Jinkei. If you think making the first move's the way to go too, then we just might have a chance. Alright, let's go on the attack. But be warned, I'm gonna be keeping an even closer eye on Ryuzaki's vitals than usual. Remember, we didn't come to China just so you could burn yourself out. You need to be real careful.
Hey Juan, how you doing?
Hey, as long as we take care of business before Ryuzaki gets worn out, then it's all good, right?
Either way, if we just stand here and wait for their reinforcements, we'll run out of options entirely. I say we strike now, while the rebellion is hot!
Alright, let's do our best, Master. Fo-fo!
Even Foe's getting his war face on.
What? They've gone on the attack? That's right. The Master of Kalia and his servants are charging in like fools. This is perfect. Not even the Emperor would stop us from engaging invaders.
Are you sure about this? We could still remain on the defensive until reinforcements arrive.
No, the sooner we finish them off, the better. You're more than strong enough for that, Lord Zhang Yu.
Very well then. I will do my best.
I will join you, Hegemon King of Western Shu. It would be an honor to fight beside such a legendary hero.
Finished playing Pete 5 row for the day? Nice.
This time, we're going to obliterate Kaldea and their master. Don't leave so much as a trace of them behind.
In the words of Spartacus,
To war with the oppressors!
Thank God I filled up my water before we did the recording for this. All right. Spartacus is really shining in this Lostbelt chapter. You know, I have to agree. Go get him, Hoku. All right, there goes Ishtar. Oh, there goes Waver. Oh boy. This'll hurt. I'm dead. Ow. Yeah, I'm dead. Oh, hey, nice. I actually don't have to continue on with it, thank God. Forget, there you go. Get support Merlin with Waver and Ishtar. You know, please, I'm gonna be honest. I wish I thought of that before going in. I made a huge blunder in that, going into that. Use all skills and go all in. That's fair.
Shit! The enemy reinforcements are almost here!
I guess we were too late.
That's enough! Both sides, lay down your arms!
Huh?
What? But we've almost got them! Stand down, Akuta Hinako. The Emperor commands it.
I'm sorry, what?
What's the meaning of this, Your Imperial Majesty? I thought you were sending in Qin Liang Yu and her army as reinforcements.
Indeed I was. I ordered her to find Akuta and Chaldea, and lend her aid to whichever side was losing.
To whichever side was losing? What? You're kidding me. You're still being merciful to Chaldea? How many times do I have to tell you these barbarians are a threat to your entire empire?
Ha! Barbarians, is it? It seems you've forgotten what we told you.
So far as we are concerned, you and Akuta are every bit as barbaric as these Chaldeans. But be that as it may, we are beginning to get a clearer picture of matters here. The quarrel between you, Akuta, and Chaldea has nothing at all to do with us. You merely hope to use our territory as a stage to settle this quarrel. And so we are taking our time to assess both our allies and our enemies to determine who truly benefits our empire. Shut up, Kiona Candy, bruh. And who is merely a useless interloper.
Well, of course, Acute and I have always been useful to you, right, Your Imperial Majesty? We came here to serve the Empire in its hour of need.
Yes. That reminds us, what is this dire threat our empire faces? Is it the Chaldeans, who have stumbled in like drunkards? Is it an invasion of Zhangyu, my capital city? What say you, Hanshin? No, Your Imperial Majesty. The area that poses the greatest danger to the Empire lies outside that massive, impenetrable storm. I speak, of course, of the entire rest of the world, as it is now cut off from Your Imperial Majesty's blessings. Then what is currently our most pressing need? That would be gathering information about the world outside the storm. Uh-oh. And not by taking a stranger's word, but by sending out soldiers you know and trust. Good. That is precisely what we had planned. We would expect no less from one of our most loyal retainers. Very well. How might we go about sending soldiers into the storm to investigate? I doubt the ones who came here on their own will be much help. Whatever ability that let them come from their world is most likely something they can only use on themselves. And what of the more recent arrivals in our domain? The Chaldeans seem to have crossed the storm using some kind of strange vehicle. So, if we had that vehicle, we should be able to do the same, theoretically. Oh no, please don't take the shadow border from us. We should still need to learn how to use the vehicle, if not how it was built and how it functions, but once we do, it should serve to transport the Empire's armies to the world outside.
This Emperor is good. Such a surprising amount of clarity about the big and small pictures.
There you have it. Chaldea has a much more valuable bargaining chip than either you or Akuta. If you wish to negotiate with us, you will need to offer something of a far greater value, Tayun Skapon. Jeez, these names.
My name is Koyanskaya! Are you sure you aren't doing this on purpose, Your Imperial Majesty?
Of course. We thought we were doing you a kindness, since you would surely dislike being called by the name you deserve. Or would you prefer we forego all consideration and call you Daji, foxwoman? Uh-oh. Pardon me.
He was completely unarmed.
Oh no. Oh shit! They took out Tomamovich! Oh shit! I was not expecting this. You grossly underestimated our intelligence, as well as our Imperial Guard's proficiency in Kung Fu. We are almost offended. She must have thought this was still the same China she enjoyed toying with as she pleased. Now then, let us begin our negotiations anew. She went out like a bitch. I know! Hello there, loyal soldiers and people of Chaldea. We trust you can hear our voice. Who said that? I think it's coming from Mash's shield? The voice of an empire is heard by all its citizens.
No matter where they may be, it will find them just as surely as the sun's rays. In this case, we are merely focusing a magnetic beam upon that girl's shield, thereby causing it to vibrate. We could use anything of sufficient rigidity, but we assume you prefer your skulls not rattle directly.
The voice of an empire? Then does that mean...
We are prepared to hand over this Koya something or other person you have been seeking so desperately.
You mean Koyanskaya?
Correct. However, in exchange, you must agree to let us examine that vehicle of yours in detail. Accept this condition, and we will guarantee your safe conduct in these lands. None will dare threaten you while you are under our protection. Huh? Okay, I'm officially confused.
What? Your Imperial Majesty, what are you saying?
Akuta Hinako. If you had shown yourself capable of capturing that vehicle unharmed, we would have not resorted to these measures. But you have all but trumpeted your intention of leaving not so much as a trace of Chaldea behind. You fought to destroy them, Shadow Border and all, despite being fully aware that is not what we desired. Still, the Foxwoman aside, you have your uses, so we will treat you accordingly. We will not punish you merely for acting against our wishes. However, know that if you insist on continuing to war with Chaldea, you will face the White Cavalry's spears.
Be warned, if my Emperor commands it, I will show you no mercy.
What would you have me do, Master?
We have little choice but to accept this. For now.
Very well then, Chaldea. Now that we have had all the time to calm down, what is your answer? Oh, and do note that our audio is not as crisp as our video. When you wish to speak with us, make sure that you face directly upwards and raise your voice. For our part, just having another option for exiting this current predicament is more than we could have hoped for. Even if that option may cause other problems down the road. At this point, I believe capturing Koyanskaya and securing an antidote is far and away our highest priority. Though, of course, Mr. Ryuzaki will need to make the final call.
Huh? Not me?
Let's just keep your position to ourselves for now. Besides, that voice is speaking to Ryuzaki, and I'm pretty sure it wouldn't be happy about being interrupted.
There's nothing we'd like more than a truce. Good, good. A most reasonable answer. Now then, let us be certain of one thing before we begin to make arrangements. Do you know who we are? You're Qin Shi Huang, the first emperor of Qin. Right you are. We thought we might need to explain all that in excruciating detail. We are relieved to see that these concerns were baseless. Very well then. Now that we know you properly understand our eminence, let us proceed. Santa, is that you? I don't think that's Santa Juan. To begin, Qin Liangyu there has brought with her a number of engineers. You will admit them along with their equipment aboard the Shadow Border.
How do we know they won't break anything?
Very well then. We will have our engineers conduct their work entirely under Chaldea's supervision. However, be aware that they will not cease their investigation until they are satisfied with the results. We trust you can work together in good faith. Any other questions? Where are you speaking to us from?
Yeah, and I thought I heard you say something terrifying. I heard you say something terrifying about magnetic beams.
I am speaking from directly above you, of course. Turn your heads upwards and it should be abundantly clear. I'm sorry, what?
Directly above us? You mean...
Yes. The Great Wall. I'm sorry, what? Okay, I have several questions.
The Great Wall? But I thought that was built on the ground.
The ground. Ah, you mean that thing we once used to keep the Huns away?
His NP. Oh, Lord.
Just how out of date is your knowledge of China? There has not been a great wall on the ground since our empire absorbed all other nations. Does that mean this empire no longer has any foreign enemies? Correct. This entire planet is now our domain. As such, any outside barbarians that might pose a threat would have to come from beyond the sky. Naturally, we could not merely sit around waiting for such hostile visitors to arrive, or it would be too late to defend against them, so we decided to fortify our defenses ahead of time. This great feat of architecture was built over the course of 300 years. Perhaps you knew the original Great Wall's name meant the 10,000-li-long castle? Well, this is far longer. If we were to measure it in li, it would be 131,424 li in length. I don't know what li is in measurements, but I'm assuming that's big.
Man, where do I even begin picking that apart?
You say you began space development in the 18th century? That's as preposterous as Gandhi dropping an atomic bomb!
We admit, we did believe that the only possible threat to our empire might come from the stars. But we must say, even we did not expect to face one of this particular nature. Indeed, it was a great shock to see those to the moon like Kiva. Oh no, why war? Also, how you doing? Indeed, it was a great shock to see those impenetrable storm clouds, if that is even what they are, suddenly appear around this area of China. We no longer receive ports from the parts of the Great Wall that extend above China. The only parts that seem to function are those above China. War is late, send him to the corner? Nah, he's good. The light of our glory once encompassed the entire globe, but now, those accursed storm clouds have severed us from our own world, plunging it back into darkness. This is a tragedy. Without our guidance, our people will regress back to a state of chaos and violence. Nice. Thus, we must once again bring peace and harmony to the rest of the world.
That's why you want the shadow border?
Yes. That said, that single vehicle alone is insufficient to our purposes. We will need to produce vast quantities of them and of greater sizes capable of carrying much larger cargo, and so we shall require blueprints. So that's why you want us to let your engineers analyze it. Given that you are able to pass through a storm that permits no physical interference whatsoever, we assume you are able to pass through void space. Oh god, he knows.
I'm impressed. I can't believe you figured that out at a glance.
So what was the cause of the burnt hole coffee brewer? I don't know yet, War. I wasn't able to get the answers to that question yet. Soon though. Soon.
We understand the theory, of course, but cannot imagine how it was actually achieved, and so we wish to learn how this conveyance was constructed. Ideally, we would like to confiscate it and disassemble it to be thorough, but this would be a great inconvenience to you, would it not? So we are willing to compromise and simply work with data alone. Consider this a display of our benevolence. But the world outside the storm is... Ah, yes. Akuta and that foxwoman told us some nonsense about Lostbelt and pruning theoretical phenomena. If you insist upon feeding us the same lies, we may lose our temper.
Now would be a great time to stop talking, Ryuzaki.
There is no point in guessing why you visitors speak of the outside world in such vague generalities. We will make our own judgments once we have seen past the storm wall for ourselves. May I ask you something, Your Imperial Majesty? Did a strange tree happen to appear in this land around the same time as the storm? Specifically, a tree of light so large it reaches up to the sky? What an odd question. Do such things often appear out of nowhere in your world? We see you are still hiding something from us, Akuta. Well, no matter. We are well aware that she has some cards yet to play. No doubt they have something to do with her differences with you. Our interest, though, lies solely in maintaining peace in our empire and reclaiming its territories. We have no intention of becoming involved in disputes between visitors, unless those disputes become something that affect us. Now then, let us be candid. You inquired about a tree of light. The answer is no. Our sight extends to all of China, and we have observed nothing of the sort. All of China, huh? Since it seems like you don't stand on formality too much, I'm just gonna ask. Are you sure you don't mind speaking with us directly like this, Your Imperial Majesty? What do you mean? Well, most people in positions like yours like to, dress up their negotiations a bit, right? They like to trot out intermediaries and representatives and the like. Usually they make a point never to meet face to face. I mean, drawing a firm line between themselves and the lesser people by refusing to speak to them directly is a big part of how nobles like to demonstrate their difference in status, right? What a strange thing to say at this point. We see. In your world, monarchs are so insecure that they refuse even to permit themselves to be seen for fear of seeming less than perfect. Tell us, does the sun seek to hide from the public eye? Does the moon hide itself from the people's gaze? We are the Emperor, the child of heaven, the celestial existence who reigns over all our citizens. That is why we permit them audience. Just as the sun's light bathes every corner of earth, so too does our glory shine upon every person on this world who looks up to us. Still, we suppose that if the sun looked the same as anyone else, it may feel a need to put on a bit of a show to emphasize its power and status. Then you don't mind letting us see your face? Now what are you going on about? You have been gazing upon my visage for some time now. I'm sorry, what? Is he actually the wall? Huh? Well, we suppose you cannot see us with your naked eyes, not with the horizon in the way. But you have still been observing us with those mechanical birds of yours, have you not? Indeed, our eyes have met a number of times. I'm sorry, I don't understand. We've been observing Zhang Yang from a distance, yes, but... What? Then you stare at us without realizing who it is you look upon. How insolent. We suppose you cannot help your ignorance, but now that you know, you should be more careful. Wait, hang on! Are you telling us that thing floating above Zhang Yang is... Yes, that is us. Oh dear. Oh dear. Jeez Louise. This holy vessel is the result of us abandoning our earthly body, as it could only deteriorate, and imbuing all our authority within this machine in its stead. In the 2,200 years that have passed since, this body has grown and expanded along with our nation, and now we shall never touch the ground again. Still, our grandeur is readily apparent in this form, making it easy for our people to understand. We are the first and last emperor, the immortal ruler who shall reign over this world for all eternity. We are Qin Shi Huang. Oh my God. How deep into the story are you going tonight? We started here on section 6, Ouroboros. I'm hoping we can get to at least finish off with section 10 or section 11. I didn't check how many sections are in this. Hey, sync chords. Yay, gears! I'm so glad they give me stuff now. I'm gonna say we are Legion. That would be funny. All right, so wow, that was really, really interesting. So for those of you that are watching later on YouTube, thank you so much for watching me go through section 6 of Lostbelt 3. Until next time, I'm Ryu, and I will catch you guys later. See ya!